Jack is in Jacksonville, Florida. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show, sir.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
All right, so I'm trying to get started on the baby step process, and I can't get my wife on board. She is 100% dedicated to buying a home, and over the past, I'd say 2 years or so, we've been saving to do it, and we've gotten up to about $11,000 liquid, and it's just driving me nuts being in debt. So the other day, I'd say probably about a month ago, I did a Google search on how to get out of debt, and your name popped up, and I've been on the train ever since, and I've been trying to convince her that it's the right thing to do, and it's just the hardest thing in the world, and I don't know. I'm stuck.
How old are you two?
We're both 28.
And how long you been married?
Almost a year. We've been together about 6 years, and we've been married for 1 year.
What's she do for a living?
What does she do? She works for Merrill Lynch.
Okay. Thus the problem. Yeah. So she feels like she's got some expertise in this area. Would you agree?
I don't know. In case she's listening, I don't want to sound like the bad guy. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not saying, I wasn't making fun of her. I'm saying she knows, she has some pretty strong opinions about money already before you ever came along or I ever came along.
Yeah.
And I mean, with what she does for a living, I mean, what does she do at Merrill Lynch?
I don't really know. We don't really discuss work in
I mean,
depth.
is she a financial advisor?
Try to keep that part out of our relationship.
Is she a financial advisor?
No, she's not a financial advisor. It's more to do with like people's retirements and stuff like that. I mean, but not. She doesn't advise people. She's a manager over there.
Okay, all right. Well, I think what you got to be real careful is to talk about why it is that you feel the way you feel. You're allowed. Right. You're allowed to have an opinion. Certainly, she's allowed to have an opinion. Okay, and instead of going in and going, "Hey, I heard this crazy guy on the radio. I Google searched him," and immediately she goes, "Oh, it's a scam. That's a scam off the internet, man." That's what went through her head.
It's a pyramid scheme.
That's what went through her head, you know. And if she didn't say it, that's probably what she was thinking. It's what I would have thought if you'd come and said that to me. So I think what you got to do is you have to walk through the ideas and walk through why it is that debt bothers you.
Yeah.
And this is a big deal to me, honey, and I really want us to be on the same page about money because the number one cause of divorce in America today is money fights, money problems. Yeah. The number one thing people fight about in marriage is money and money fights. And this guy actually has a proven system where people don't fight anymore about money.
Yeah.
And I think we can get on the same page here. Let's at least both of us look through this information. You give it a fair look, and if you want to argue some points on it, that's fine. I'll be happy to listen to that. But you have to be happy to listen to me about my opinions on this too, because I'm half of this train. I'm half of this equation. And so, you know, we're not trying to take her vote away from her. We're not trying to take your vote away from you.
Right.
But we do need to get on the same page on how we're going to do this stuff. So
right. I mean, that's like the second step of step zero.
Yeah.
Getting on the same page.
It really is. So, but if you start talking about all the things you need to do rather than why you need to do them, her shields are going to be set in concrete. She's going to put up shields and hold them in concrete, and no one would blame her. But if you go, listen, I really think the right way to buy a house and do it where the house is a blessing instead of a curse is that we didn't have any payments and we had an emergency fund, and I can see how we can get there. Would you please sit down with me with an open mind and look at this, and don't cross your arms and stick your lip out. Let's sit down and talk about this, and let's look through this and talk about how we can build wealth and how we can work together on really one of life's most difficult subjects. And if you can't have that conversation in your house, then you've got marriage issues. You don't have financial issues.
Right.
If she comes to you with anything and says, "Hey, I really want us to talk through this," and you go, "No, I've already made up my mind," you know, well, that's not how you're married. It's not a proper way to do relationships. And so, but I don't think that's what she's saying. I think what she's saying is you found some scam artist on the internet. And then you came in and told her you had to sell her car and and this kind of stuff. And instead of talking about why, you were talking about what. So don't talk about.
You're absolutely right. And I think what it is I see how it works.
Yeah.
I've done the math. It makes total sense.
It does.
And I'm so convinced.
Yep.
That I feel like she should be so convinced immediately.
But she doesn't have the same information you've got.
Right.
That's an unfair request. And what happened with you was you were already concerned about why, and then you found a what. She wasn't even concerned about why. And you brought her a what?
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do. I'm fired up.
I introduced her with all the numbers immediately.
Yeah, wrong. You need to apologize. You screwed up.
I know. Isn't that what men are supposed to do? Apologize?
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're wrong, and in this case you were. I mean, you went at this wrong. You went at it like a guy who's been married a whole year. So hold on. I'm going to send you a copy of the book, The Total Money Makeover, and the two of you flip through that together. Maybe if you can just get her to read that and just say, listen, I screwed up, but I am still excited about these ideas. And I really want us to have an intelligent, good quality marriage conversation about these ideas. And if we don't do them after we talk it all through, I'll accept that, but because you have a vote and I have a vote. But I really, I want you to care enough about my opinion to look at this with me. And then I think that'll work, maybe, after you apologize. So hold on, Kelly, I'll pick up. We'll get you a copy of the book.